Okay guys, so today we are talking a little bit about and just kind of looking at some of the supposed cooling devices, I guess, that may be coming out due to the overheating issues that we're seeing primarily on the Canon EOS R5, which is in huge abundance on the internet, of course, and not really sure if Canon themselves thought that it would be such a big deal, because it has really put a negative spin on that camera, even though a lot of full-time filmmakers and a lot of people that are using this camera have primarily praised the features, but it's really hard to know who is an ambassador of Canon and who's not, and who's, you know, trying to get a free camera, etc., versus those that are actually using it. So it's kind of hard to get a real good fix on how severe that heating issue is for someone like myself that uses a camera like this one in this kind of scenario and can film upwards of about a half an hour at a shot before I usually have to stop. I don't think that that overheating issue, especially since I bought the R6, I don't think that overheating will be too much of a concern for me, but I do see that it can be for a lot of you out there that are shooting a little bit longer and may especially be shooting outdoors where the environment is going to definitely impact how fast the camera can heat up. So we are seeing, and these are a couple things that showed up on Canon rumors. Tilta, I guess that's the company name, I'm not even 100% sure, shows off a cooling module here, you'll see, for the Canon EOS R5. Now, my hope is that this will be the same kind of module that they would have for the R6, because it does look like a lot of the cages that are coming out and things like that will kind of fit both cameras equally. As far as I've seen, it's funny in the article, they're just like, I'm not 100% sure how efficient that we believe this will be, because one of the biggest reasons for a lot of the overheating issues that a lot of people have speculated is because the camera is so well weather sealed that it just doesn't have room for air circulation, and of course the sensors and everything heat up. Now this is going to be, or looks like, a whole kind of system where we have a cooling fan and we have a heat sink, etc. You can kind of see here this brand new cooling module. Ultra thin design, instant temperature reduction, maximum temperature reduction of 82 degrees Fahrenheit. Comes with a ventilation cooling board, a low noise fan, alloyed ventilation columns, cooling chip, cooling board. Could this help? Well, it can't hurt. So I think if you were or are in scenarios where overheating may become an issue, this could definitely be something that you and I look at. Now, of course, we're gonna want to see real world experience with this and see that it is actually helping. But I said this in one of my previous videos, I had 100% expectations that you and I would see all kinds of cooling devices that would start to come out. Now, the issue is we have seen, or at least I have seen, some videos out there from people that have, especially the R5, that have even put like ice bags around it with little to no effect on how fast the R5 cooled down. So how well will something like this work? I think the biggest, issue with people that are wrapping it around with like an ice bag is we have to make sure that we get the cooling system either moving air or reducing heat where the heat is being built up. So putting an ice bag around the body doesn't necessarily have a lot of effect on cooling the internal components. So hopefully this, based on where it's going to mount, will be able to help increase that possible air circulation or just help pull heat away from the internal sensors. So that's number one. So that could be cool. Who knows what kind of price is, but we'll definitely look at this. It does say, you know, fan speed 6,200 RPMs. That's pretty good. It is gonna add some weight. Weight comes in at 6 ounces. Noise level will be about 34 decibels. We are gonna see that if you are gonna be using this, of course, in a scenario that requires this kind of setup, you are probably going to be either not recording audio or going to want to be recording external audio that possibly you can sync up later. Now, the other one that is probably even more exciting, at least I think so, is the fact that Canon themselves have just put out a patent in regards to an active cooling adapter for the RF mount. So I think this, if it goes forward and we actually see something come from it sooner than later, will possibly be a better solution, as the thought is the adapter would mount in between the lens and the camera, and because that it's actually mounting onto the mount, this is one of the biggest openings on your camera to be able to get airflow and cooling inside. So it looks like this would be a EF to RF adapter that includes some sort of cooling system, be it a fan or something that just produces some kind of airflow that will come into it. So if you want to read more information on this patent from Canon, if you head over to Canon Rumors, you can actually see here the Japan Patent Application 2019 186871, and you can see the adapter and the flow of air that is supposed to happen due to this adapter. I think this may be a better option if we can get something that's kind of permanent in there, that just kind of sits inside, because I do believe that this is going to be the greatest chance of success for any kind of cooling internal. It's one of the only spots on the camera that is open. There you go, guys. For those of you that have ordered the R5 or R6, is the heating concern, I guess, something that is prominent in your head right now? Is it something that has stopped you from ordering? Is it something that has caused you to second guess the fact that you did order it? Again, I bought the R6 sight unseen, and I do believe that I should have no issues with heating due to the fact that primarily I shoot in 4K 24p. On occasion, I do want that 4K 60, 1080, 120, but those will be for short blasts. Definitely not going to be using those to film any kind of length of video, so I don't think I'll see much for overheating issues myself. But it is important to know that those concerns are there. And I do like the fact that we are starting to see companies trying to figure out how to cool these two cameras down so that we can not necessarily get rid of the overheating issues, but to at least extend the shooting time. Because I don't think we're going to permanently get rid of it. I think we're just looking at an extension. Okay guys, I'm going to leave you there. A little bit of a shorter video today, but I wanted, for those that are interested in the Canon cameras, the R5 and R6, to just let you guys know that it does look like there may be some potential fixes, helpers, I guess, coming out in regards to that. Okay guys, I'm gonna leave you there. More videos coming up tomorrow. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit the little notification bell. Stay in touch with us, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. Later.